we start with the social CM first. How do you turn fans into BFFs? First point I want to make is, again, I really want to get brands. I think brands really need to start thinking beyond just fans. Fans is such a broad term and concept. I don't think it has a lot of value anymore. So if you think about this, first of all, within your fans, the first group is what I call engaged fans. So if you look at your social media reports, or if you are tracking those things on yourself, by yourself, you can probably see, even though you have a lot of fans, not everybody is actively engaging with you. Some of them, they're probably fake fans. Some of you, if you know about China, you have heard the term of zombie fans. I think that obviously exists on the Sina Weibo platform. I have to speak louder now, but anyway, so the some are zombie fans, but I think they also exist on Facebook and Twitter as well. But these are the people who, some are robots who are fake fans. As a platform, we're actively cleaning and deleting these accounts on the ongoing basis. But that's only part of it. And a lot of the other fans, they're simply passive, inactive fans. They follow you, but as I said earlier, maybe they follow you because they were interested that day, and later on they found your content is not really that interesting, and they really don't want to follow you, interact with you anymore. Well, they didn't even bother to unfollow you, and they just stopped looking at your account and stopped looking at information. So a lot of brands, they're struggling when they look at the engagement metrics. They say, why they're so low engagements with our account. When I post something, why there are only a few people commenting and reposting it? So again, that's because you don't have a lot of these engaged fans. So engagement, the definition for engagement, I think also is going to get broadened quickly. So right now, the most common engagement on Sina Weibo, just like Twitter, is reposts and comments. But actually, as you can see later on, as we develop and provide more and more products to brands, the definition of engagement will expand significantly. Brands can launch advertisement on Weibo, so when people click on it, that's an engagement. You have your enterprise official account on Weibo, so when people come to browse your account, actively seeking information, that's an engagement. You can launch online events on Weibo. If people participate in that, play the game, that's an engagement. So, and obviously later on, if people can buy your product directly, that's an engagement as well. So first of all, I think it's important to identify who are those active fans within your fan base. So those are the people, are the engaged fans. I think knowing who these people are, I think it's important because you know who you can target more. I'll talk a little bit more about how you take actions on these things. But the second concept, so the second group of people that I think a lot of times brands just totally overlook these people is what I call this right now is the engaged non-fans. And I told people I don't quite like this name yet. It's just so uncool, but I think it's pretty straightforward in terms of when you look at, you know who I mean. So these are the people who actually have interacted with your content, because remember, this is a social media platform. Right? So when you post something, not only your fans can see it, when they repost it, their fans can see it as well. Their fans can repost and comment on that as well. So this group of people, what I mean is they also reposted or commented to your content, even though they have not become your fans yet. That's actually not a small group of people. So we ran some stats across about 85 accounts, 85 business accounts across different industries. The average ratio between an engaged fan and engaged non-fans is 1 to 3, which means that every fans that you have within your fan base actually reposted or comment your content. On average, 3 other people, not your fans yet, will also not only see it, but also repost and comment on it. We're not even counting the impressions, right? So obviously the impression number will be a lot bigger than that as well. So that's actually a pretty significant number. And if we look across different industries, that number will vary pretty significantly as well. So like in automotive, I think it's 1 to 7. I think in travel, I think it's around 1 to 5. And so again, why I want to bring out this group of people is because these are the people who actually showed strong interest towards your brand already because they interact with it and they have not become your fans. So we can help you to find those people as well. I'm hearing more and more brands, the common need is better at targeting, more accurate, finding the people who are their target audience, interest their brand. So I think that group of people you definitely should not overlook because they already interact with your brand content already. And the last group, obviously, is the what I call a potential target audience. So 500 million users, I doubt any business accounts has anywhere close to that potential target audience group that they can maximize on the platform. So the number one business account on Weibo right now is a 360buy. It's e-commerce site. They have about 2.5 million followers. So again, most of the business is probably only tens of thousands. If you have a couple 100,000 fans, that's considered a pretty successful account already. So, first I again highlighted these three group of people. So how do you know them more holistically? So I think from the data perspective, we're providing a lot more information for you to know these people. Not only the in the traditional sense of a CRM, you think about their phone numbers, their address, their purchase history. But in the social space, you can also know what they're interested in based on who they follow, what they talk about, their social graph, right? So again, that's the relationship. Who are their friends? What's their social graph on the platform, and the social interactions. So this is what I mean by earlier, the engagement. So what do they do with your brand? So looking at all these numbers, all these metrics, all these data together, I think you get a much fuller picture of who these consumers are. So once you know these people, your next job is expand your engagement, because as I said, people follow multiple brands. Even though they follow your brand, they probably follow other brands as well. So what you want to do is actually get them to engage with your brand more. So through what kind of actions? I think, again, as I said, conversation is a starting point, but go beyond the conversation. Think about having actual engagement interactions, make them purchase. I'll talk about social commerce in a little bit. And then amplify all these interactions throughout their network, through their relationship, so creating the maximum effect. So next concept I want to share with you is think these consumers in two-dimensional space. So the first one is the a lot of the traditional CRM dimension. You think about how do you get these people to know your brand, from awareness to consideration to preference to purchase and probably loyalty. But I think in social space, why I think that's not enough, because there's another dimension, what I call a social role for your brand. We saw earlier some people are engaged fans, some people are not very active. So at least you can probably break them down into three groups. The passive participants, this is the probably majority of your fans are probably there are relatively passive. They're not going to actively create a lot of content, but they're to receive your message. It's still valuable. You want to get your message across. But then there's a second group of people, what I call active participants. These are the people who not only they will respond to your message, they probably also say things proactively for your brand, right? So I think, again, like if Sky City is here, like what I just did earlier, they didn't ask me to say that, right? But I think, I had a good experience, and so I want to share that with others. And these kind of people exist because I also ran into another tour provider, I think, during this trip, and they told me they have 6,000 organized, 6,000 people, or 6,000, I think 6,000 tourists, and they had 0 complaints. So I said, what are you doing about that stats? Why are you only telling me? I think these 6,000 people, if they had a great experience, what kind of stories they're telling for your brand? Just think about how much they can more influence others. So, and these are the people, the active participants, they will probably share and tag and take pictures and at your brand, and they talk about what a great experience that was. So again, identifying these people is very important in terms of maximizing the impact of social media. And key influencer in the end, so again, the celebrity power is huge in China. So when I said earlier, the number one business account only has 2.5 million followers, the number one celebrity, which is also apparently the ambassador for New Zealand, the Queens of Weibo, Yao Chen, has over 40 million followers on Weibo. And so imagine what she says in terms of the influence on the regular consumers. So the point of thinking about consumers in these two-dimensional space is you can do different things. You can give them different assets. For passive participants, you want to communicate your message. But for active participants, for the key influencers, you want to invite them to special events. You want to give them more materials to talk about. And that's how you leverage these people. So I'll pick up space a little bit. So increase the share of engagement. I said earlier, they follow other brands. They follow other industries. We are providing tools and things like to help brands, not only their interaction with your brand, as well as their interaction with their with your competitors, so you can get a better idea, in terms of your target audience, who else they communicate with, who else they engage with, and think about your strategy. How do you increase the timeshare that you have with your customers? So very quickly, just to give you a sense, since you probably, not everybody uses Weibo daily, although next year when I come back, hopefully everybody has a Weibo account and you use that daily. So give you some screenshots, give you a sense of what kind of things actually you can do on Weibo. So these are mainly kind of the news feed, similar to the Twitter experience. But on Weibo now we can developing the capability of targeting your post to a specific group of people. So you no longer have to make one post that's visible for everyone. You can actually segment your users and make certain posts to be visible for certain people only. We also have these one-on-one communication channels, private messages and notifications. So those are the people when you want to have a one-to-one communication, you want to spend a specific offer where somebody talk great things about your brand or complain about it, you can have a one-to-one communication with them, and that's also a CRM tool that we have. And then the customer experience, customized experience that provide deeper engagement on your Weibo account. So in terms of building apps and pages, and this is where I see a lot of potential. And what we're doing with Auckland Airport now is, yesterday doing a press release, as you can see, and one of the things what we're doing is we're creating an app for Auckland Airport, providing that deeper customer experience on the enterprise Weibo account. So again, more and more businesses are providing richer experience on their Weibo account now. So not only just what brands and people can do on Weibo, so we're becoming an open platform. Through open APIs, we're encouraging third parties to develop other assets and things like that can be connected with the platform and leverage the platform, leverage the social graph, leverage the platform to amplify your voice. So last section, I want to talk to you quickly about sales, about social commerce. So the first concept that we need to think about is the difference between driving traffic and direct sale. So driving traffic, a lot of brands are using that already. E-commerce also grows super fast in China right now. So on this chart, we're listing a lot of these e-commerce sites, including Tmall, which is the brand store for Taobao, and the Amazon and 360buy and all these different e-commerce platforms. So a lot of them, they're using Weibo as a traffic generation vehicle. So they make posts highlighting specific products with a short link back to their site. So again, any business you sell online, you can do that. So on average that we can see, the percentage here just means like, so for Tmall, the 2,328%, the percentage is kind of a weird way of showing this, but what it really means is over 20 clicks on average for each product link that they post on Weibo. So each product link is driving over 20 clicks, 20 potential leads and traffic to your site. So that's a big number in terms of how these e-commerce sites can leverage the platform and driving leads to their own site. Here's another example. I think it was in September last year. So 360buy, one of the major electronics online seller, they're challenging the other competitors in terms of our price guarantee, and their CEO actually started this challenge on Weibo. They say, on that day we're going to lower our prices, and if you find this, any of our competitors have a lower price, we'll give you we'll match the difference, and we'll also give you more money. So again, that topic actually generated a huge buzz on that day. So for that one single day, because of that buzz, because of that challenge, we saw 5 times increase of the traffic to their site. And again, the only thing that he did not buy any other media to promote this. The only thing they did was leveraging Weibo. So again, just through the topic, through the buzz, you can see how much traffic they can generate. And last but not least, from a traffic generation perspective, so November 11th is the Singles Day in China. It's a very sad day that if you're single. So apparently the right thing to do is to go shopping. And so Taobao has started this, turned this Singles Day into a shopping event. And last year was the second year they did it. And they, again, most of the Taobao stores, they will slash the price, offer deep discounts. So they actually delivered 19.1 billion RMB on that one single day. That's a ton of money. So we're asking their CEO how much interest that he's made on that. I think he's still counting how much interest he has actually made on that. But 25% of the traffic, so a quarter of those traffic who went to Taobao was from Weibo. So again, so no need to say how big an impact in terms from a traffic generation social media will have on your e-commerce business. But now, not only you can drive traffic, you can actually sell directly on Weibo now already. So I've been telling some people over the last couple of days, we launched the Weibo Pay online payment system, similar to PayPal in a Western society, very much the same. And we have multiple online payment systems in China as well. So now Weibo has this Weibo Pay. It's automatically open for every single Weibo users. You don't need to open the account. It's already there. What you need to do is you can either bundle that with one of your credit cards, or you can go through a step of online payment. Very standard for all the online other payment systems in China. So not only people can pay, we're also developing this product what we call special content feed. So in the feeds, brands have the option no longer just posting words and pictures. You can also provide light interactives. So like for example, this one, you can show a couple of products. There's a button. People can click on the button and they can buy directly there. So they don't even have to jump to an e-commerce site. So that's another product that we already launched. And then associated with that, there's also digital loyalty cards, membership, and coupons. So, you know, again, this through different ways, whether it's feeds or page or SMS and all that stuff, you can issue coupons to customers, and they can have that coupon, you know, in their digital wallet, and then they can redeem that when they're in store. So a couple of cases before I end this, so just give you some sense in terms of what brands are actually doing on the platform, utilizing some of the tools that I mentioned. So we have one of our third-party partners develop a hotel booking app. It's the first phase, I think it was free to use, but now I think they charge 20 RMB per transactions. So that's still pretty low fees for a lot of the hotels. So over 3,000 hotels have installed this app on that Weibo page. So now when you go to this hotel page, not only you can look at what they say, you can actually make a booking on their Weibo page. And the Air China, they use the Weibo to you know, launch the campaign, asking people to name a new aircraft. Some other portals, again, this is third-party portals, third-party sites, travel-related, travel-focused, but they are leveraging the Weibo, as Weibo is the platform for people to talk about these their trips, but they are you know, allowing people to share and then curate those content from Weibo and then consolidate them into their own site in terms of sharing their travel experience. So this is another website in China. This is focusing on travel photo sharing. And then Tourism Board Canada, they actually also did a campaign and asking people who went to Canada and to share, and there's a contest, and so that's a pretty successful campaign as well. So when I talk about social commerce, just want to give you two examples. So Xiaomi smartphone, this is a smartphone that's a China-made smartphone similar to the iPhone. They actually launched their second generation of smartphone the end of last year. You know, December 21st, supposed to be the end of the world. So Singles Day, you're supposed to shop, and end of the world, you're supposed to buy a phone, so in case you need to call people. So they sold, you know, exclusive launch, 50,000 phones only on Weibo, and sold out in 5 minutes, 14 seconds. But the main point here is not about the 50,000 phones they actually sold. And look at some other stats. Although everybody knows there was only 50,000 phones available, there were 13 million pre-orders. 13 million people want that phone. So 23.3 million reposts. So a lot of people are talking about this, 81,000 comments. And that brand increased their fan base by 1 million over 5 days. And I can pretty much guarantee you, in that 1 million, there's no zombie fans, because all these people submitted their real information, their telephone number, their address, because they want to get that phone. So think about what you can accomplish in terms of generating valuable customer insight, consumers' data, and real fans through this kind of social commerce stuff. The second example, not only can buy phones, you can also buy cars on Weibo. So 666 smart cars from Mercedes-Benz. This is also limited edition. It's a Weibo special edition car, Weibo coloring, special financing deals with other accessories, sold out in 8 hours. So 67,000 reposts and comments. I think they generate 6,000 leads through that campaign. So again, that leads is the most valuable assets that was generated for the brand. So again, like I just want to point out a few things. When we talk about social commerce, I think that's not the same thing as e-commerce. Not everything you put on an e-commerce store should be sold on Weibo. The things that can be most successful on Weibo is quality lifestyle products, special editions, limited editions, and that can help you to build a buzz. So one of the things I've been thinking about is, I've also heard a lot of capacity issues for a lot of New Zealand businesses, right? They have good stuff, but they don't have a lot. So how do you sell that to Chinese consumers when we have so many of them? And I think you can actually leverage that, because the point is not to sell thousands or hundreds of thousands. You actually want to sell very limited, exclusive product. Not everybody is going to get it, but a lot of people want it. So they might not get it today, but they know about your brand, and they have showed the interest. They've given you their information, and you can sell them again next time, next year, or later when you have more products. So to sum it up, I think, again, hopefully now you can see this is a powerful platform. So what brands are doing on this, how do you actually maximize your business value? Don't just do social advertising, although that's important. So talk to people, make your brand known. But more importantly, think about how to turn them into BFFs, those social CRM, have ongoing communication and engagement with them. And at the end of the day, how do you sell? How do you realize the social commerce on this platform? So that's all I have to share with you today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ken. It was some great insights. I think if we're looking for the insights, trends and opportunities, there's one that popped out of that, and it goes back to what Pavel said yesterday, and that's what pace of change and things that can come at us and blindside us. One is immediacy. All of us here invest a lot of time, money and effort into bringing people to New Zealand, and when they're here and they want to talk to their friends back in New Zealand, we're denying them that opportunity to do that there and then. I think that's a huge